Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring, and the third and final installment in my 3-part Space Marine Adventures epic campaign. If you haven't seen the first or second video in this series, I will put links in the description below so you can pop away, watch those, and then come back here for the grand finale. But this is it. This is the make or break moment. My Space Marines have survived the first 2 levels of the Necron's Labyrinth, and they have now located the Overlord. He's there, scooched in the middle of the board. None of my Space Marines are injured, and 2 of them actually have a full complement of 3 skills each, so I'm feeling very confident at the moment. The aim of this mission is to get to the Overlord, inflict 3 wounds on him, to kill him, which will reveal the exit, and then we have to get out before we are swarmed by angry Necron minions. The new abilities that my Space Marines have acquired are: Captain Chogan has got Honor the Chapter. It says, use this during the Space Marine's turn. Until the end of the turn, roll a dice each time the Space Marine performs a successful attack action. On a 4 or more, immediately take a free action. That is massive for Captain Chogan because he already gets 5 actions, so he could potentially get 10 actions in a round, which is pretty awesome. Brother Bethor used his super powerful attack in Mission 2 to get us where we are today. But he gets a new skill, and it is Armor of Contempt. Use this at any time during the Space Marine's turn. Until the end of the round, that Space Marine cannot be wounded. It's very useful for Brother Bethor because he has a supercharged gun ability where he adds 2 to the dice roll, but if he rolls a 1, he takes damage, so anything that's going to help me get more use out of that gun is a good thing. Brother Infernus also used a frag grenade in Mission 2, so he gets a new skill, and it is Flamecraft, and this is amazing and actually makes Brother Infernus a bit more useful for a turn. It says, play this card at the start of the Space Marine's turn. Until the end of the turn, his range is increased from 3 to 6. Furthermore, each time he performs a move action, he can perform 1 free attack action. So you can move 3 spaces, make 3 attacks, and you've got proper range for once, rather than only having a range of 3, which is rubbish. Brother Gallius, he gets a new ability, and it is the Amazing Rites of Battle. It says, use this at the start of the Space Marine's turn. The Space Marine skips its turn, but the controlling player can then choose another Space Marine on the board. That Space Marine can have a turn instead, and still has its normal turns when its activation cards come up. So I can basically say for 1 round, Brother Gallius isn't going to do anything, and then I can maybe activate Captain Chogan again, who obviously gets more actions and is a bit more killy, or maybe, I can get Brother Bethor to do like a super powered attack or something. So it just gives me some really good options. I am happy to have that card in my collection. It probably would have gone to Brother Infernus if I hadn't also pulled Flamecraft, which is just a really good card for Brother Infernus. But anyway, those are our new abilities. We now have, in the Bag of Doom, 5 Lich Guards, 5 Immortals, and a whole bunch of Warriors. And obviously, we have our Overlord on the board. I have to spawn random units on all of the translocation squares, and then we can begin. So I'm going to start with 1. And that's a Lich Guard. Let's hope we don't need to go through that door. On 2, we have a Warrior. On 3, we have a Warrior. On 4, it's a Warrior. On 5, right in front of my guys, that's a Warrior. And on 6, this is going quite well, he says as he pulls a Lich Guard. But overall, I can't complain at that because I've got easy access out of the tunnel and easy access to the Overlord there. So things are looking good so far. You may also have noticed my Space Marines are in a rubbish order with the Flamer right at the back. That's because that's how they finished the previous mission, so that's how they start this mission. It's just a straight continuation of their adventure. Let's get going. Now, I know from experience that there are some nasty cards in the Necron activation deck, so we need to really get moving with this and get that Overlord killed as soon as possible. But we start with a Necron activation. It's living metal. If the Overlord is on the board, remove 1 damage counter from him if he has any, then draw another Labyrinth card and resolve its effects. Necron reinforcements on space 5. That's immediately in front of me. That's not a good start. We're going to get 1 here, then 1 here. And it's a Lich Guard. And it's a Lich Guard. Okay. The game just changed dramatically at that exact moment, because now I am concerned about even getting out of the stairwell easily. Brother Bethor. Brother Bethor is going to do his thing. He is going to attack, and he is going to add 2 to the dice rolls. He doesn't have his supercharged ability anymore, but he can basically kill Lich Guards on a 3+ if he uses his bonus. But I am going to activate Armor of Contempt, which seems like an odd choice, but I really need to get out of the stairwell fast before I get blocked in. So I'm going to use Armor of Contempt. So for the rest of this round, he can't take damage. So we attack the Lich Guard, needing a 3+. That's a 3, so that is a kill. Attacking the warrior, I'm going to stick with it. Obviously, I might as well. I've got Armor of Contempt on. So I get 2+ to this dice roll. It's a kill. Third action, on the Lich Guard, needing a 3. That's a 4. That's a kill. 1 action remaining. We advance. I'm happy with that. As it turns out, I didn't need Armor of Contempt. I didn't roll any 1s, but I'm safe for the rest of this round in case anything happens, like a couple of spawns on 5 or anything like that. I may have wasted Armor of Contempt there. I may have used it too early, but we will see. Necrons. Chronofield, the next Marine to activate, misses his turn. Necrons. Necron reinforcements on 6. That's over here. So we'll get spawn here and then a spawn here. These Necrons are not letting up today. That's an Immortal at 3 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock we have another Lich Guard. They really, really want those Lich Guards in play today. Necrons again. Hunters from hyperspace. Until the end of the next round, roll a d6 each time a Space Marine performs a move action onto an empty translocation square. On a 1, that Space Marine is wounded. Really? That is nasty. Okay. Gotta remember that. And next is my Salamander. He gets 3 actions. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. That's him done. Oh, I forgot. Chronofield. He does nothing. That happened in the last mission, actually. The Salamander activated when there was a Chronofield in play, and I almost forgot. It's actually quite good when the Chronofield hits the Salamander, because he gets such little utility out of his 3 actions anyway. I'd much rather he missed a turn than Captain Chogan, for example. Speaking of Captain Chogan, I am going to activate Armor of Contempt, and there's a reason for this. I'm going to be tricksy. Hunter from Hyperspace says until the end of the next round, roll a d6 each time a Space Marine performs a move action onto an empty translocation square. On a 1, that Space Marine is wounded, because basically it represents the Necrons launching out of hyperspace, making a sneak attack and then going again. I'm going to activate Armor of Contempt, and I'm going to stand Captain Chogan on space 5. Now, if anything spawns on space 5, he's not going to take damage because he's got Armor of Contempt on. And then if anybody has to walk over that translocation space, they aren't going to take damage because it's not empty. Captain Chogan is standing there. He is in the breach. So yes, I'm going to activate Armor of Contempt with Captain Chogan. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for my 5th action, I'm going to attack that warrior. And that's a 6. Again, perhaps I've used these Armor of Contempts too early, but we will see. It's my Dark Angel. My Dark Angel already has Armor of Contempt on, so he is going to go 1, 2, and then he's going to do a supercharged attack on the warrior, needing a 2+. That's a kill. He's got 1 action left, so he is going to use it to attack this Lich Guard, needing a 3. He's rolled a 1. Normally, he would take a wound, but he has Armor of Contempt until the end of the round, so that wound is negated. Hooray for Armor of Contempt, but boo for a misfiring plasma gun that means that Lich Guard doesn't die. Salamander. Now my Salamander gets to move. 1, 2, 3. What a boring turn. Captain Chogan. He is... Oh. Now, if he stays where he is, he's only got range 4 on his attacks, so it'd be 1, 2, 3. He could shoot that Lich Guard, but he can't reach anything else. If he moves, then my amazing plan to protect the Hawklord by having him walk across a space that is full doesn't come to anything. I'm going to start by attacking the Lich Guard anyway, because I just want him gone. Needing a 5+. That was actually a 2, even though it didn't go on camera. So that's 1 action. 2nd action, that's a 3. 3rd action is a 4. 4th action is a 5. That is a kill. I also killed the Hunters from Hyperspace card. I have 1 action left. I have killed the Lich Guard. He's a dead 'un. I am going to stay where I am with my last action. It is not very efficient, but I kind of need Captain Chogan to go this way anyway, so he can't stand on the Dark Angel. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so the Hawklord can move past that space without taking damage. And it is the Hawklord's turn. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets a free attack at range 4, but I don't think it matters at the moment. There is nothing in range. And he gets to go again. He's going to go... Oh, that's tempting. I'm kind of tempted to use Rites of Battle to activate Captain Chogan, because we're reaching the end of the round, and once we reach the end of the round, Armor of Contempt runs out, which means Captain Chogan is standing on a space where he could take damage. So I'm going to activate Rites of Battle, which means Brother Gallius will miss this turn, but Captain Chogan gets to activate again, and he's going to go 1, 2, He's going to attack here. 3. Needing a 3. Nope. He gets to attack again. Needing a 3. That's a 4. He has 1 action left. He's going to advance to here. Not the greatest use of Chogan for that round, but at least he's not on a translocation square. And that is the end of the round. So what will happen now is the 2 Armour of Contempts run out. Hunters from Hyperspace stays in play, which means the Salamander is potentially at risk. And we shuffle these. So here we are at the start of round 2. All the Armours of Contempt have run out. And Necrons activate first. It's Necron reinforcements on 3. So 3 is here, which means we will get a spawn on 4 and then a spawn behind it. Not great. But it's okay. It's only a warrior. And then at 6 o'clock we get an immortal. Next up, it's our Hawklord. Right. Hawklord's got some abilities. He's got Eagle-Eyed Marksman, which allows him to reduce the resistance of targets by 1. But he's not in a good position to use that yet. So he's going to go 1, 2. He gets a free shot at the Necron Overlord, needing a 6. He's rolled a 5, so that's not enough. He has 2 actions left. I'm gonna try and clear this Lich Guard off this space. I think. Yeah, needing a 5. That's a 6. That actually would have damaged the Overlord. I did those attacks the wrong way round, quite clearly. I have 1 action left. I'm going to shoot the Overlord again. Watch me roll a 5. Yeah. Not happy with that. I also have in my possession a crack grenade, which says I can attack something within 4 spaces. On a 2 or more, it is destroyed. Obviously, in the case of an Overlord, destroyed means taking 1 wound. But I am so going to do it because what better target is there for a crack grenade than a Necron Overlord? So this card gets used. It doesn't cost an action. On a 2+, the Overlord takes a wound. That's a 3, so that is a wound. We have a wound token. I'm putting it on the card just out of sight. Good times. That finishes the Hawklord's activation. Oh, no, it doesn't. Now, this is good news for me, because the Hawklord has 1 skill left. He has Eagle-Eyed Marksman. For the rest of the turn, I treat all targets as having a resistance 1 lower than normal. Obviously, I'm going to use that now because I'm about to unload 5 shots into the Overlord. So where I would normally be needing 6s, I now only need 5s. So first we'll do my free shot, needing a 5. That's a 3, so I've missed. Now we're on to my regular attacks. That's a 3. That's a 2. That's a 4. Still not good enough. Last action. That's a 2. That's how my rolling normally goes. That is a complete fluff. 5 shots, 5 misses. Go home, Brother Gallius. You're drunk. Necrons. I hope they come and eat you, Gallius. Necron reinforcements on 2. Oh, that's okay. That's down here. We'll get a spawn at 12 and 3. That's a warrior. And That's a Lich Guard. Next. It's my Salamander. He is a pain, and he's in all the wrong places. He's going to move 3. He's going to stand on that translocation square, so he will have to roll for damage. 1, 2. Watch me roll a 1, everybody. Oh, or a 6. Couldn't do that, could you, Gallius? Couldn't manage it. 3. I am past the translocation square. Captain Chogan. Captain Chogan is going to Hulk out. Captain Chogan has the ability Honor the Chapter. Honor the Chapter says that every time you perform a successful attack action, you roll a dice, and on a 4 or more, the Space Marine can immediately perform a free action. I'm also going to activate Blade Master. Blade Master says play this card at any time during Chogan's turn. Until the end of the turn, each time Chogan attacks Necron that is in an adjacent space to him, the Necron is destroyed on the roll of a 2 or more. So, I've got a warrior in front of me that will die on a 2 or more. If I kill him, I roll a dice, and if I roll a 4 or more, I get a bonus action. And then that will continue. So, I'm hoping that I can get stuck in to the Overlord and take him down with this combination of abilities. So, first of all, we attack the warrior needing a 2. That's a 3, that's a kill. Now I roll a dice, and on a 4+, I get a free action. No, I don't. Okay. But I still have 4 actions, because Chogan gets 5 as standard. Second action, I advance 1 space. Third action, I attack the Overlord, needing a 2. That's a 4, so that inflicts a second wound on the Overlord. And now, because I've done that, I get to roll the dice to see if I get a free action. I do not. And I also don't get to re-roll that because it wasn't an attack roll. I have 2 actions left. Needing a 2+. That's a 6. That would have taken that Overlord down anyway. He is dead. That is 3 wounds on the Overlord. 3 wounds. Off he goes. Because the Overlord has died, we get to reveal where the exit is, and let's hope it's somewhere handy. Not there. Bet it's here, so I'm going to open this one next. Oh, no, look at that. This is our exit. So, our exit stairway is down here. It is time, my Space Marine allies, to flee. Oh, Chogan may have taken a wound. He stood on a hyperspace. He's got 1 action left, but this is a roll to see whether he takes a wound. No, he doesn't. For his final action, he is going to... He also gets to roll to see whether he gets a free action, because he killed the Overlord. I've got all excited, and I've lost my train of thought. So that previous roll was to see whether I took a wound for standing on that space. The next roll is to see if I get a free action, and I do. So I've now got a free action, so I move, and I've got 1 attack left. With his final action, he's going to attack this dude here, needing a 2+. He has rolled a 1, but Captain Chogan has the ability that he can re-roll dice if he rolls a 1. So, Captain Chogan rolls a 3, and that kills the warrior. That kills all of his skills, but he has just beasted his way through all of the enemies, and now we just need to run. Gosh, that was a lot to think about. Dark Angel. Yeah, he's going to move. 1, 2, 3. I do have to roll to see whether he takes damage. He does not. Next is Captain Chogan again. Does the guy ever rest? He's going to attack this immortal, I think. Does he need to? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 5 actions and I don't actually want to stand on that space. So he's going to take 1 shot at this guy. That was a 1. His reroll is a 6. So that's a kill. And then he gets his 4 actions as standard. Obviously, I do not want to stand on translocation 3 because I don't want to have to roll for damage. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Salamander. 1, 2, 3. Necrons. Necron reinforcements on 5. 5 is behind me. That is not a problem. Dark Angel. 1, 2, 3. I really don't want to stand on translocation square 1, so I'm just going to unload some shots into this immortal. Needing a 4. I'm not going to bother trying to boost it because I've got the actions. I did it with 1 anyway. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go 2, 3, and I'm going to stand here. And that's so that I can cover 3 and 4 for any spawns. It just gives me more options for shooting at stuff. And then we have a Necron activation. Living Metal. If the Overlord is on the board, remove 1 damage counter from him. Then draw another Labyrinth card and resolve its effects. Reanimation Protocols. Immortals are now resistance 5 for the rest of this turn and the next turn. It's obviously the end of this turn anyway, but so for all of the next turn they will be at resistance 5. On the plus side, Hunters from Hyperspace is gone. And it's time to shuffle again. Right, this round, I think maybe this round and then 1 more round and the game will be over in my favour. Having saved all my skills for the final mission has really paid off, particularly that combination that Captain Chogan had. Very, very powerful, and just what is necessary to take out an Overlord. We start with my Salamander, that's fine. He can go 1, 2, 3. Next we have my Dark Angel. I could go 1, 2, 3 and take a shot at this guy, or I could just go 1, 2 and stay there, or I could go 1, 2, 3, 4 and stand on that space and take the risk. I don't think it's worth the risk. I'm just going to use 2 actions to go here. I think I can afford to play a little bit cautiously now. Necrons. Necron reinforcements on 3. That's right there. I'm not really bothered about that. Having the Overlord in the centre and spawns on either side can be quite scary because you very quickly fill that middle section up. But that didn't really work out in this game. But now that the Overlord is gone, this central corridor isn't going to be too much of a problem. Necrons again. It's a Chronofield. The next hero will miss his turn. Will I remember this time? Oh, I've dropped my cards everywhere. Don't worry, everybody. I am a professional. It's my Dark Angel. He would have got off the board. Boo to Chronofields. I have to say, Chronofields are a miss a turn card. And normally, I would really not be happy about seeing miss a turn cards in a game. Fortunately, Space Marine Adventures, as you can see, play so quickly. Miss a turn cards don't really cause that much of an issue for me. But yeah, generally not a design that I'm that keen on under normal circumstances. Necrons again. Oh, Scarab Swarm. Until the end of the next round, all Space Marines are able to perform one less action than normal. That's not very nice. See, if that happens earlier on in a mission, it can really mess you up. If you draw it as the first card on one round, it stays in effect for the whole of that round and then the whole of the next round as well. So it can potentially damage you for 2 full rounds, and it can really hurt, especially if you've got a couple of Space Marines on your team that only have 3 actions each, like the Salamander does. In this case, I'm not too worried. Hawklord. He only gets 3 actions because he loses 1. I think I can take the risk, because I don't think he's only activated once this round, I think. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to stand on the translocation. He still gets a free action, so he's going to shoot at this Lich Guard, because he might as well. Lich Guards are 5s. He's rolled a 3, so that's a miss. Next we have Captain Chogan. Captain Chogan only gets 4 actions. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Next we have Necrons. And they spawn on 1. What are the chances? My Hawklord takes damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Have I just succumbed to hubris? If he takes another wound, he dies, and for all my awesomeness in this particular mission, I fluffed it. Captain Chogan. He's just going to use 2 to get right at the top. He's gone. He's basically gone, yeah, I've killed the Overlord, I'm out of here. Salamander. Ooh. Salamander's going to go 2. And then it is the Hawklord, thankfully. Hawklord gets 3 actions. He goes 1, 2. Oh, he might. Let's go. Free shot on the Lich Guard, needing a 5. Missed. Standard attack on the Lich Guard, needing a 5. No, that's a 1. And then 2 more actions just to go. And that's 3 off the board, so I've already achieved a minor victory. I just need to get my Dark Angel off the board. Unfortunately, Scarab Swarm will stay in effect for the next round. Time to shuffle. Right, let's do this. Let's get it done. Well, yeah, the cards are taking me at my word there. Dark Angel with 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And that's him done. Salamander. He's just going to move up. And then the Dark Angel again. I swear I did not fix this. That's purely random shuffling, but that has gifted me the game, because the Dark Angel only needs 2 activations to get off the board, and that is it. All 4 of my Marines. There they are. All 4 of my Marines have escaped. It's been a blast, but they have successfully achieved their goal. They have searched through the Labyrinth of the Necrons. They have rescued their Space Wolf brother. They have successfully scanned and located the Overlord, and they have destroyed him and left in short order. And they're off home to celebrate their victories. And they made it look relatively easy. The Hawklord has a minor wound, but he'll get over that, especially as Brother Bethel has a Narthisium with him, so he can recover from that, no problem. And in fact, I could actually do that as an action before the end of the game, use the Narthisium to heal Brother Gallius's wound, and then I can claim that all 3 of my missions ran without me taking any wounds. All of my Space Marines have left completely intact and whole for all their adventures. Now, to be honest, that I probably made this last mission look relatively easy, and that is because I had a very easy run on mission 2 thanks to the Dark Angel having a supercharged plasma attack that basically gifted me the game. It cleared out all of the translocation squares that I needed to search and kept the board under control and made it so that I was able to win very easily without using a lot of my skills. That meant I came into mission 3 with almost all of my skills, and Captain Chogan had a very powerful combination that allowed him to get extra actions on top of his actions, and all of his attacks were at 2+, and he basically just became an Overlord assassin. He was able to very easily destroy the Overlord. You have to imagine that under normal circumstances, the Overlord requires 3 6s to kill, and there are cards in the deck that will heal him. So you could potentially need 5 6s just to take him off the battlefield before you even reveal where you need to go to escape. So it can be a very different story to the one you have seen here. It is also worth remembering that I did not, for this campaign, use any of the advanced event cards. There are some very nasty event cards. There's one that actually teleports your Space Marines off of the exit tile and puts them back on the board. So you can actually be just about to complete the game and then you draw an event that teleports your Space Marines out back into the Labyrinth, which is awful. It's a horrible thing to have happen, especially when you're under very tight time constraints. The other thing I didn't do is I did not use any challenge cards. I had some friends over the other week and we played with challenge cards, and we came very, very close to losing Space Marines because we had to remove 6 of the Labyrinth cards from the deck. We had to remove a card that spawned on each of the translocation squares, so 6 cards in total, and that basically means you get a round and a half less to complete the mission. And we were still playing in a slightly more laid back and relaxed manner like we normally would, and we suddenly realized that, oh, hold on, we're going to run out of time here and our Space Marines are going to get shut in. We almost lost 2 Marines in that game from just running out of time. So once you introduce those challenge cards and those Labyrinth cards, you can have a much more difficult time, certainly much more difficult than I have had in this particular campaign playthrough. But all told, I've had a lot of fun playing through these. I do kind of feel like I haven't shown you the best the game has to offer because I do feel like I quite convincingly trounced it. I don't think I made any mistakes. I possibly miscounted the actions in the middle there with Captain Chogan. I got a little bit excited, a little bit ahead of myself, forgot to roll some dice, but I think I corrected myself as I went through the video. Like I say, when I'm editing it, if I notice anything amiss, I will put it in the description of the video so that I can say, oops, sorry. But I think overall, even if there is any minor mistakes in the video, which can happen when you're worrying about describing what you're doing, recording things, making sure you're explaining everything correctly, there's always a chance that something might slip through. But I think even if there is any minor issues, I don't think it necessarily would have changed the outcome, simply because I had so much time left to complete this mission. Having all those skills at my disposal certainly helped. The Salamander didn't even do anything in this particular mission. He just walked along the corridor. He went from one end of the corridor to the other. He kind of felt like he'd done his bit in mission 1 and now he could... Maybe he ran out of fuel. Maybe he ran out of flamer juice. That's always a possibility, I suppose. It happens in Space Hulk all the time. Space Hulk. There's something. Maybe I'll do a playthrough of Space Hulk at some point. But anyway, that's for another time. As for now, that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. If you have liked this video, please consider pressing the like button. And if you have really liked the video, please consider subscribing to the channel if you don't already do so. And hopefully, I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.